What is up, guys? How we doing? I wanted to talk about the Steelers and Browns game. I know my football videos don't get the most views, but man, I not just want to talk about the Steelers and Browns game. I want to talk about the whole AFC North division for a second. So the Steelers played the Browns today. We whooped their ass. The Browns are the Browns. They did just trade Joe Flacco to the Bengals, so they started their backup quarterback for the first time this week. But we beat them 23-9, and the offense actually looked good. We got field goals for the first half, but we found the end zone the second half. Aaron Rodgers, dare I say it, I know I've been hating on the guy, but he had 230 yards, a touchdown, 0 picks, and a great passer rating. And the run game's getting better. The offense is finding an identity. The defense didn't force any turnovers today, which is something I'm kind of worried about. Like, if the Browns offense sucks so bad, and we have been just like 7 turnovers in 2 games, forced turnovers in 2 games is insane. But on the flip side of that, I've been complaining that it doesn't look like we're getting any offensive drives going, that like all of our scores are coming from turnovers. And this game, finally, our offense actually marched down the field and put points on the board without any turnovers. So that's good. Our offense is finding its identity, and yeah, that's awesome. So want to get back to, getting those turnovers, but Pittsburgh, it seems like they're finding their identity on offense, and I will give them credit for that. But what is absolutely mind-boggling to me is how the AFC North is collapsing. So Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson got hurt. The last 3 weeks, the only team to win in the AFC North, is Pittsburgh. So they won this week. They had a bye last week, and then they won the week before that. All the other AFC North teams lost 3 weeks in a row. And the Steelers are probably going to win the division by default if they just keep winning. I mean, right now, we're 2 games ahead of the Bengals, and the Ravens and Browns are 1-5. I think it's an absolute, look, hey, I hate the Ravens and Bengals, but I love Joe Burrow. I love watching Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I mean, you can't deny the talent and what could have been this season. And look, Pittsburgh has had a relatively easy schedule up to this point, and things are about to get serious. We do play the Bengals next week, and while Joe Flacco and the Bengals are a mess, I've watched Joe Flacco battle Big Ben for 2 decades, man. He knows us. I wouldn't sleep on that game. But then after that, the schedule starts getting tough. We play the Colts. We play the Chargers. We play the Lions. It's like the schedule is going to start getting ridiculous, and we're going to start seeing what we're made of and where we actually sit. But I mean, the Packers lost to the Browns a couple weeks ago. Granted, Joe Flacco was on the team then. And shout out for my friend that I know is watching. The Cowboys lost to the Panthers. Cowboys suck. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to have hope in the Cowboys, even though I hate them. That, with Pickens, the Cowboys offense could click if they get their defense together a little bit. I could see the Cowboys doing decent. The Eagles look like they're frauds right now, and the Giants look like maybe they're putting something together. And then you got the Commanders, who are also looking decent. But, my point is, the Cowboys, man, if they would win these damn games, against the horrible Panthers team, they would actually maybe have a shot at getting a wild card spot this year. But not if they're not going to beat the Panthers, man. The Cowboys, man. But, yeah, Pittsburgh, they, I know all season long I've been shitting on Aaron Rodgers and what we're doing, I'm not taking that back. I'm not like, I don't believe Pittsburgh is going to the Super Bowl by any means. I am, like, as far as the AFC goes, wary of who's going. The Colts almost lost to the Cardinals today. They did pull it out. The Broncos barely beat the Jets. The Ravens down. Bengals down. The Bills look great, but them losing to the Giants, or who did they? The Patriots, sorry. Well, the Patriots put on a good game, and it was a divisional rival, so Steelers very well could make the playoffs by default, and if their offense keeps getting more and more complete, who knows? Like, maybe I don't think we'd beat the Bills in the playoffs, no, but I do think maybe we could go to the divisional round. Maybe we could go to the championship if we had a lucky enough run through. Like, we'll see. Like I said, we played relatively easy teams. We play the Bengals next week, who are beaten up. And then things start getting serious. And how we play against, like, the Chargers and Colts and the good teams, that'll let us know, like, where is this team? Are we... I think we're just middle of the road. Like, no way are they Super Bowl caliber, but if the offense can perform like they did today, Aaron Rodgers throw no picks, and imagine that we get a couple forced turnovers today to add to that score count, then yeah, I could see, like, I've never doubted that they could make the playoffs. I just don't want to go and be one and done and go, 9-8 on the season again, be one and done in the playoffs, get no draft picks, and then be right back in the same position. That's what I've been bitching about. And like, it's either we tank and have a rebuild year so we can get decent draft picks, or like, the only reason you would get Aaron Rodgers is for a shot at the Super Bowl. That's not going to happen. The only reason you would start Russell Wilson is a shot at the Super Bowl. Otherwise, it's a wasted year. Last year was a complete wasted year. We entered the offseason more confused than we did, entering the season last year with Fields. And my point is, if we're just going to be good enough to be one and done in the playoffs, then I think the years would be better spent starting a rookie and rebuilding and investing that time. Because, like, say we do go one and done in the playoffs this year, and then we get rid of Aaron Rodgers, and then we start a rookie next year. That's 2 years wasted. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and there's so many issues on the team, like, as far as, like, the O-line and the secondary and the offensive coordinators, and I think just grabbing, Aaron Rodgers or grabbing Russell Wilson, that's just keeping us good enough to be middle of the pack when really we need to rebuild. It's not making us Super Bowl caliber, so we're just wasting time. That has been my complaints, and I know that that's being a negative Nelly. But that time could have been spent building up a rookie. You know what I mean? Instead of, maybe we have a really horrible 2 years, but then at least we get draft picks out of it, rather than just staying middle of the road and going nowhere and being in the most mediocre, worst spot in football. But with the way this season is going, it's been weird. It's been weird. I mean, every game that I've assumed, like, Bills beating the Patriots didn't happen, Eagles beating the Giants didn't happen, assumed the Jaguars game last week, like, I do believe the Jaguars got beat this week, but still, they're putting together something good. The Bucs beat the Niners, which is a big deal. I think on the NFC side, Bucs-Lions NFC Championship. AFC side, I don't know. I really don't. I want to say Bills and Colts or Bills and Broncos. But we'll see. Like if the Steelers go up against the Colts and beat them, and go up against the Chargers and beat them, maybe, just maybe, I'll have a little hope that we can actually have a deep playoff run. But like if we go face the Colts and then just absolutely get demolished, then yeah, I just don't want to be one and done in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. We're in the worst position in football where you're just middle of the pack, never get any draft picks. Like, so grabbing these quarterbacks instead of going with a rookie and risking having a bad year to stay middle of the pack is getting us nowhere. That's been my complaints on Aaron Rodgers. Not that he's a shitty player or denying his talents or whatever. He's played serviceable. Like, he hasn't, but today was a good day. His passer rating was great. The Browns defense isn't terrible. And, yeah, we are seeing the end zone more with Aaron Rodgers. That's a fact. So, yeah, it looks like and we beat the Patriots, who are actually looking good. I thought that was just wow, yeah, we beat a shitty team, but the Patriots are actually looking pretty good. So, who knows, man? Who knows? All I know is Steelers kicked ass. The entire rest of the division cannot win a game. And as long as Pittsburgh, keeps winning, we should be good. But if we start losing, we hit that hard part of the schedule and we start losing every game, dude, the AFC North, the top person going to the playoffs could have a losing record. I just can't. The AFC North, in my opinion, like 10 years ago, or like right around the time Joe Burrow got drafted, it was one of the toughest divisions, man. When like Baker Mayfield was on the Browns and Joe Burrow was healthy, and the rate, like such a crazy division. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cincinnati all made the playoffs one year. Like, usually very competitive. It's very unfortunate Lamar got hurt. It's very unfortunate Joe Burrow got hurt. I love Joe Burrow. It'll honestly be a damn shame if he ends up retiring after all these injuries with no ring, like Andrew Luck, because he really has played his heart out and, in my opinion, is better than Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about football for a second and say, holy crap, the AFC North is collapsing, and it looks like Pittsburgh could win this by default, even with a bad record. So, like, we'll see. But it does each week look like they're improving, that Aaron Rodgers is getting more comfortable, that that the run game is getting better. So yeah, we'll see. Because like I've been complaining, all the previous games, like all of our scores came off turnovers, but this game we didn't get any turnovers. It was all just having a decent offense. So the offense finally showed up. So I am excited about that. They're figuring it out, and who knows? Who knows, man? This year has been a weird year so far. And if we do make a deep playoff run, then I'll eat crow, and maybe we keep Aaron Rodgers again for another year and try to build on that. But, like I said, we're getting kind of lucky that Lamar and Joe Burrow are hurt, and because otherwise they would be competitors. The reason why the Ravens lost in the beginning and got so beaten up is because they went through a gauntlet. They played the Lions, they played the Lions, the Chiefs, and I think the Bills. And while they lost, they did put up a hell of a fight. I don't remember, but they had a very hard first 4 games. So what I expected was them to even though they lost, come back. But then Lamar got hurt. So, like, this is the year. If we make a deep playoff run, do we keep Aaron Rodgers and try again next year? Even though the Ravens might be more of a threat and the Bengals might be more of a threat. Who knows? But, yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. The AFC North, go over the game. We dominated them, and it's nice to see it instead of playing. Pittsburgh has such a bad habit of playing to the level of their opponent. I expected this game to be close, to be honest with you. Yes, even despite the quarterback trade. So it's nice to just blow a team out for once, But no turnovers. And the offense, that's the part I'm most impressed about, is that the offense, we've been winning games like the Patriots game, 5 forced turnovers, right? Or was it 4? It was 5. Yeah. 4 forced turnovers in the fourth quarter, and we're tied. That is unbelievable to me. And all the other games, were basically, we were getting a shit ton of turnovers. Our offense wasn't really doing anything. And then we'd get a turnover and then do something with it. But this game showed that our offense can get down the field and is starting to click more. So that's awesome going forward. I do still want to see us get those turnovers, though. Anyway, enough yapping. I just think it's crazy that, the AFC North is what it is. And just wanted to talk about that in the Patriots game. And, goddamn Cowboys lost to the Panthers. Sorry, man. Love you guys. Bye.